This is a video I was told not to make because it is for anyone that has been stuck for quite some time, as in perhaps for years, feeling like there's something they should be doing and they can't seem to quite do it, particularly if they have some experience of the world and they really want to put that out there, but yet they seem to be kind of stuck in this muddly mess. I was told not to do it by many people, particularly in forums, said, why would you want to speak to people like that? Because they're not going to take action, they're not going to move forward, you're just going to be speaking into a void. However, as someone that has been stuck for quite some time at various times in my life, I feel almost kind of duty bound to have this conversation because what I want to do is explain what is going on at the moment, why you are stuck, and some solutions and ways to move forward. I was also told not to do this because they said, well, you're going to talk about energy and you can talk about all this sort of funny stuff. That's really not going to go down well. So if you got this far, well done. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay. So my background is Chinese philosophy, energetics. I was an acupuncturist. My name is Nicholas Haines. And what I do is I explore some of what I call the energy waves, what is going on energetically in the world and how that might be impacting you. Now, I've been practicing for and doing this for about 40 years, and I have never ever known a time like this. And that is because the last time we were energetically in this construct was over 2,000 years ago. And I'm not that old. So we have got a very unusual construct going on energetically. I want to explain what's happening and why that will be impacting you. So, what we have a lot of energetic old systems, particularly geopolitics, spirituality, the way that we consume are all dying and they're trying to move into something new. So, we've got these very big systems that are dying and trying to do something new. I do videos about the energy of that, but just understand that concept. Now, as a result of everything dying and going into new, you will be doing the same thing. An old version of you will be reconfiguring itself. Your identity will be changing. Things that you thought were certain are no longer, and you will be lost. My mother was a famous writer, and she said, when you write a book, there is the beginning, there is the muddle, and there is the end. Sorry about that. My grandson turned up, the dog started barking, and I lost my train of thought. Okay, my mother, she was a famous writer, and she said when you write a book, you have the beginning, the muddle, and the end. And in a way, that's what we are sitting in. We're sitting in the muddle. Another way to look at it is though, and people talk about this kind of metamorphosis, where a caterpillar goes from knowing what it is with its known identity, munching leaves, it then goes into the chrysalis, dissolves into a soup of nothingness, and then comes out as a butterfly. Now, we are currently sitting in the soup. That's what we're doing. We've had a dismantling of our old systems, our identity, etc. And if you are someone that is a sensitive soul, the experience of sitting in the soup is what you are meant to do. However, the experience of these energy waves changing around can be really quite difficult to deal with. You have a sensitivity to it. Even though you have vast experience that you want to get out in the world, the sensitivity makes the outside experience difficult. So the first impact I want to talk about with us is, first of all, the soup that you have been sitting in of unknowing, perhaps for years and years, you're doing this transformation, is the right thing to have done. Spot on, you did the right thing, even though it may well have been really tough seeing your identity change, etc. It was the right thing to do. However, this is now the time for you to come out of the soup. But that can be really difficult because when you see the outside world with all these things going on, for anyone like ourselves that are very sensitive, that just feels overwhelming. So I've got a couple of principles, a couple of things I want to talk about. The first one is what we are seeing in the outside world is not what the future will be. It's a bit like saying you're kind of moving house and you're surrounded by boxes and chaos and dust and thinking that will be your future. It isn't, it's just the move. So, what we are seeing in the world is not your future. However, it can feel very real. It can be very, very difficult to deal with. The second one is that there is an attraction to continuing to sit in the soup as individuals, and that is because the soup is now known. If you've been doing that for years, it's a known identity that might be very uncomfortable. You might be feeling very lost. You might be feeling like life is passing you by, or this is the time you should be out there and you just can't do it. It is still a known existence for you. And to say go into something unknown is quite hard, particularly as many of us have kind of lost our confidence as a result of the experience of being in the soup, the things we were trying and doing, and our relationships dismantling, etc. We have not only lost our identity, we can also have lost our confidence, particularly if there is a confidence required to do the next big thing that you're here to do. So it is very easy to stay in the soup, even though it is the wrong place to continue to be in, and the outside world is quite harsh. So, what would be my three suggestions for you? So, first of all, just recognize that what we're experiencing is not your future. There is something different. The second thing I would suggest is to get some, and it doesn't matter where you get it, but get some energetic education, really understand the energy of what's going on, because once you can do that, you can navigate it and you can make sense of it. The Five Institute, we've got the vitality test, it's completely free. I do the energy waves, plus we've got a community and courses, and it's really designed to get sensitive souls that are in the soup out and into the world, because inherently we desperately need you out there. You are this is what you have been waiting for and what we have been waiting for to get you out there in that world. But I appreciate it is really, really difficult. And the third thing I think is really important is there will be massive dramas out there. And the dramas out there can be a distraction for you. And it's really easy for you to get carried away with that. So this is only temporary. Get some energetic education and do not be drawn into the drama. One last thing. The year that we're currently in, that I'm recording it, is a wood snake year. Now, snakes, they grow by shedding skins, getting rid of something. Snakes are also have a deceptive side to them. Now, wood energy is about revolution, it's about change, it's about new things. So this year, whole year has been, what are you going to let go of that is restricting you, that with a snake was probably a deception and a lie. So what were you told about yourself? What did you start to believe about yourself? Out of the 60-year cycle, this is the best year for clearing things that were never true about for you, and you step out into the world. Again, get some energetic education around this. That's enough. Thank you so much for getting this far. Thanks for watching. Bye.